This video provides an overview demonstration of the MSAT navigation conventions and unit status functionality outlined during the previous section of training. After successfully logging into MSAT, the top-level navigation tabs are JMUS, Map, Blood, Preferences, and Reports. The default homepage is the JMUS Unit Status Current Status dashboard seen here. It consists of the compliance matrix, the 4 reporting quadrants, subjective status, equipment readiness, current supplies, and bed status, and at the bottom of the current status page, the bulletin board. A few helpful conventions are used consistently throughout the MSAT application. Linked categories and types generally allow you to drill down for more information. Linked information that is also parenthesized typically leads to a pop-up window that allows you to see more details as well. Linked column headers allow you to sort information by clicking on the corresponding column. The Help and Help with this page links are embedded in the top right corner of every MSAT page for easy reference. The customizable compliance matrix is located at the top of the current status page. It displays status of medical situation reports, daily special surveillance reports, and weekly and daily disease non-battle injury reports for units within your current filter. You can customize the compliance matrix by navigating to Preferences AnnexQ Reporting Compliance Matrix and entering how many days up to 15 the AnnexQ report data will display on the dashboard as current. MSAT filters are an essential tool to manage the display of data within the application. Filters allow you to view data for only those units of interest to you. You can see the name of your current filter and number of units in it under your filters. Select the View Units in Filter link to see the list of units in a pop-up window. To create a filter, select Preferences, Manage Filters, Create Filters, and follow the wizard steps. Select a combatant command and select Add to Filter and Finish to view data for all medical units joined to the COCOM, or continue following the wizard steps to establish a joint task force, service, or select one or more individual medical units for your filter. A filter may be either dynamic, as in the case of COCOM or JTF filters, in which medical units can join or depart the organization, or static, with a set list of medical units within the filter. You may save a filter created as either temporary or permanent. Subjective status represents the commander's subjective assessment of the unit's mission capability within the reporting categories, whereas the other 3 quadrants are data-driven and derived from manually entered AnnexQ medical situation report data. Click an underlined reporting category to view the unit name of the reporting units contributing to the rolled-up status. Click the Unit Name UIC link to view the unit information from the joining report. Click the View Report link to view the medical situation report source data. Equipment Readiness provides an aggregate count for equipment types and color codes them based on mission-capable on-hand percentages. Current Supplies provides a count of each supply type and color codes them based on on-hand stockage level percentages. Bed Status displays the unit bed types with a count by patient type and color codes them based on beds occupied mission-capable percentages. Drill down capability through underlined links for greater levels of details functions similarly across all reports. Your system administrator can modify percentages associated with alert level colors. Select Administration Alert Levels and select the reporting category and follow the instructions to change the alert level percentages. The bulletin board summary displays information of operational significance. You can view and edit items already posted by clicking on the title link. You can also access the bulletin board from the Surveillance tab to create bulletin board event postings. Patient Evacuations displays the number of patients evacuated by air. Clicking the number of air evacs displays a new window with the patient evacuations by reporting unit broken out by inter-theater and intra-theater. Click the View Report link to view the source AnnexQ report. AnnexQ Report Status is the last unit status menu. It displays a list of the units in your current filter and the date/time of the most recently submitted AnnexQ reports. Drill down through any of the underlined date links to view the source report. You should familiarize yourself with the MSAT navigation conventions and unit status menu functionality on the MSAT training tier. This video provides an overview demonstration of the MSAT surveillance functionality. The surveillance capabilities allow you to monitor for disease, non-battle injuries, battle injuries, and events of interest. The information is derived from patient electronic medical records and incident reports, and is presented in the form of customizable roll-ups. DNBI surveillance monitors DNBI incidents derived from the diagnosis coding of patient electronic medical records. DNBI surveillance has three submenus: Category View, Unit View, and Current Past Experience Graph. Category View is the first submenu of DNBI surveillance. It displays the DNBI surveillance alert rollups based on International Classification of Disease, or ICD, diagnosis coding of medical encounters. The daily incident counts for the previous 14 days are compared to the 28-day moving average, and alerts are generated by either of two surveillance algorithms. Click the Chart Key link to open a pop-up key for the chart. Click the Describe this algorithm link to read details about the algorithm in current use. Click the Change Algorithm and/or Mapping link to select a different algorithm or select a different mapping from the drop-down menu selections. Clicking any of the underlined DNBI category links opens a new window with details and the listing of units with incident counts contributing to the DNBI category rollup. Select the Compare checkboxes and click Compare Selected Units to display the unit comparison graph. Click View All Categories in this unit to open up the DNBI category matrix for the selected unit. Drilling through the underlined incident count displays a new window with the diagnosis code and patient demographics. Clicking the underlined diagnosis code link will display the patient record if you have access to PHI. A pop-up notice will display if you are not authorized access to patient records. Unit View displays a DNBI category alert matrix for the unit selected. Navigate to Surveillance DNBI Surveillance Unit View and select the unit of interest from the drop-down menu. Click Display Unit View. The DNBI category alert matrix for the selected unit is displayed. The same drill-down capabilities exist in this Unit View alert matrix. Drill through the underlined links to view progressively greater detail as previously demonstrated. CPEG, or Current Past Experience Graph, provides another method of viewing the number of patient initial encounters within the DNBI categories. The CPEG analytic method compares the count for the current day with the average counts from the previous 28 days. Custom Surveillance Reports allows user-defined surveillance categories of one or more diagnosis codes to be created, viewed, and shared. Navigate to Surveillance, Custom Surveillance Reports, Create Report. Name the report, describe the report, and select Click here to search for and add diagnosis codes to the report. At least one code is required. A diagnosis search pop-up window displays. Search by either full or partial ICD-9 or ICD-10 diagnosis code by selecting the radio button, Code Group, or Diagnosis Description. Click Search for Diagnoses. Select Diagnoses and click Add Diagnosis Codes, or click Cancel and Close. Then click Save Report. Navigate to Surveillance, Custom Surveillance Reports, Subscribe. The saved report appears in the reports available to subscribe to. Click Subscribe to add the report to your CSR subscription list for viewing. Click Unsubscribe to edit your CSR subscription list. Navigate to Surveillance, Custom Surveillance Reports View Report to view the reports in your subscription. CSRs may be viewed either by report or by unit from the menu selections. When viewing DNBI reports, choose between static and dynamic. Static reports are derived from either the AnnexQ daily or weekly JCS DNBI reports. Dynamic JCS DNBI reports are derived from electronic medical record diagnosis coding initial visit counts mapped to the JCS DNBI categories. Both static and dynamic DNBI reports come in as either daily and/or weekly roll-ups of DNBI data, submitted by the units in your current filter for a specific report date or within a date range. The remaining DNBI report, Daily Special Surveillance Report, is always static. Select a date range for the report, select a report type, and select Static. Click Get Report. Reports are sorted by date if more than one date was selected. Click the Report Date link to display the rolled up daily or weekly JCS DNBI report for the units within your current filter. If you select Dynamic, the page refreshes and displays an optional Change Mapping link and the Choose a Patient Type section, which is a list of all patient types in the system. If the Change Mapping link is selected, surveillance preferences appear in a pop-up window. Select from the options in the Mapping drop-down list. The algorithm can also be changed in the same window if needed. After changes are made, a confirmation is displayed with instructions to refresh your browser. Select a patient type using the radio buttons, and click Get Report. Reports are sorted by date if more than one date was selected. Click a link from the Report Date column to view the report. Clicking the Report Date link displays the rolled-up dynamic DNBI report for the patient types and DNBI mapping selected for the units within the current filter. Drilling through the Category link displays the listing of units contributing to the category incident count. Click Unit Name UIC link to view the unit information from the joining report. Click the Initial Visit Number link to display encounter details. Click the Full Report link to display the DNBI report for the selected unit. Drilling through the underlined Initial Visits Number link in either the rolled-up DNBI report or the individual unit report will display the last name and first name of the patients contributing to the initial visit count within the DNBI category. Clicking the Patient Last Name link displays the patient record with the diagnosis contributing to the DNBI category incident count. A new surveillance event can be added to the bulletin board by selecting Surveillance Bulletin Board Add Event and entering the surveillance event information. This concludes the overview of MSAT surveillance functionality. The Unclassified MSAT Training Tier provides an interactive training resource to review all the functionality demonstrated here and practice the application navigation skills you have learned. The Patient Reports functionality allows you to search for and view patient information and specialized reports. To search for a patient, navigate to Patient Reports, Patient Search. We will look for a patient with the last name Jones by entering the last name. The last 4 digits of the patient ID may also be used to search for the patient. Select a specific disposition from the drop-down menu, or select all dispositions by default, and a start and end date for the search. There are also additional optional query filters to refine the search by combatant command, by unit, or by a predefined filter. Note that only patients with finalized electronic medical record encounters will be displayed, and only users with authorized PHI access will be able to view details of individual patient records. Our search returned a list of patients who matched the search criteria of the last name of Jones. We'll select the patient of interest from the list by clicking on his underlined last name link, and a new window displays with his list of medical events. Clicking on the underlined medical facility UIC link displays the medical unit information where the patient was treated. From the list of medical events page, clicking the encounter link displays the patient source encounter record for that date. If the patient's record has been designated as sensitive, you'll see a warning. The encounter for Caleb Jones was designated as sensitive because of the behavioral health diagnosis. All records designated as sensitive undergo additional auditing when attempting to be accessed. Click Continue to acknowledge the sensitive information warning and break the glass to view the record, but only if you have valid justification to view this patient's sensitive medical data. The Event View menu under Patient Reports provides encounter and disposition counts for the units within your current filter to generally assess medical workload. The PEM count menu options provide standard PEM count reports for today, last 3 days, and last 7 days, as well as a search option to customize the date range and query parameters for the PEM count report. Select the report display format with the appropriate radio button. Select the start date and end date and set the PEM type and injury type filters from the drop-down menu. Click Get Report. The PEM counts by date and PEM counts by unit are displayed. Click on the underlined encounter date link to view a breakout of the PEM counts by unit for that date. Click the underlined unit name UIC link to view a breakout of the PEM counts by date for that unit. Similar drill-down capability through the underlined PEM counts, as demonstrated previously, will allow access to a greater level of detail, down to the individual patient encounter record as necessary. Dispositions provides the capability to display disposition counts for the units within your current filter. Navigate to Patient Reports Event View Dispositions and select the time period. A new window opens with report options. Select the radio button PEM type and injury type filter options and click Get Counts to update the results display. Drill through the underlined count quantity of the disposition category to view the breakout of counts for that disposition by unit. A new window opens with the listing of units within your current filter with the counts for the disposition category selected. Drill through the underlined counts quantity to view the patient's demographic data. Progressive drill down capability allows the patient source records to be viewed. The Analysis tool provides the capability to create, view, update, and share customized ad hoc patient reports. Navigate to Patient Reports Analysis tool Create Report. Create Report allows PEM data elements to be selected for display in a custom report. You may then view, update, and share the ad hoc patient reports you create. Enter a report name and description. Select the data elements to display within the report by checking the appropriate boxes. Select the optional query filter criteria from the drop-down menus. Select the data element for filtering from the Select Data Element drop-down menu. Select the filtering condition from the drop-down menu. Click the Values for this field link and a pop-up window opens with field value options. Select a value for the field. Select the prompt checkbox to allow the filter to be modified each time you run the report. Enter a description for the filter, click Add Filter, and click Preview Report. To view the ad hoc reports created, navigate to Patient Reports Analysis tool View Report. Select a report from the list of My Reports or Shared Reports. Click View Report and enter report parameters. Report parameters will vary by report based on the data elements selected when the report was created. Click Get Report and the report displays. Diagnosis Reports generates diagnosis reports based on a valid date range and search filter. The initial report page displays the highest number of reported diagnosis codes, along with diagnosis category, description, and number of incidents. Drilling through the underlying diagnosis code link displays a breakout of the units with incident counts against the selected diagnosis code. Drilling down through the underlined incident count displays a list of patients in the selected unit with the reported diagnosis code. Drilling down through the underlined encounter date link displays a pop-up window displaying the patient record. Diagnosis search generates reports based on a date range and a diagnosis code, or a diagnosis description. The diagnosis search results displays a report of the number of incidents for a specific diagnosis code. Drilling through the underlying diagnosis code link displays the list of units with incident counts against a specific diagnosis code for the selected date range. Drilling through the underlined unit name UIC link displays the medical unit information where the encounter occurred. Drilling through the underlined number of incidents link displays a listing of patient encounters within that unit with the reported diagnosis code. Drilling through the underlined encounter date link displays the patient record. Reportable conditions displays a report of medical event alerts reported in the last 7 days. The report consists of the reportable category, category description, diagnosis code, and the number of reported incidents. Drilling through the underlined category link provides the listing of units with incident counts against the reportable condition. Drilling through the unit underlined number of incidents link displays the list of patients diagnosed with the reportable condition within the unit. Drill down through the underlined encounter date link to view the source patient record. You should now have a thorough understanding of the MSAT navigation conventions and the capability to progressively drill into greater levels of detail from aggregated reports to source data records. If none of the canned reports reflect all the parameters that are of interest to us, we can create an ad hoc report. We'll begin by selecting it from the directory tree and clicking on the new report icon. When a query dialog box displays, select Universe, then Blood Inventory Report Universe, and click OK after each selection. Now we will find and select the query objects. We have the option to display query objects by a master perspective or by navigational paths. Here we will work with master perspective. Below the outline display, there is also a filter text box that allows you to quickly navigate to specific query objects by typing in text. You see all the query objects that contain the string that you typed. The three types of query objects are dimensions, used to set the reporting categories, filters, applied to further constrain the results, often via prompts, and measures, which aggregate rolled-up counts that apply to the selected dimensions. To the right of the page, there are three panes. Results objects, which is the location for the objects that will act as column headers in the report. The query filters pane, which is where we drag and drop predefined filters or objects. And the data preview pane, which provides a preview of the report. Query objects are nestled in folders. To expand the folders, click the small plus sign. As an example, let's create a blood report. We can add query objects to the selection panes by either double-clicking them in the navigation tree or dragging and dropping objects into the pane. We will add several objects from different folders and subfolders. From the Blood Products folder, we will add the following objects into the Result Objects pane: ABORH short description, DIN, expiration date, product type code, status date, and status. We will also select the status date range prompt from this folder to add to the query filters pane to set search parameters by date. Finally, from the shipment subfolder, we will add facility MTF-ID and click Run Query. Since we selected a date range prompt, we will see a dialog box that will allow us to define it. We will go back 1 year for the beginning date and choose today as the ending date, and click Run Query again to see the report. To save this report for future use, we can click on the Save icon in the toolbar and select Save As. Select the Favorites folder, name the report, and save it. The report will be added to the Favorites folder. The next time we log in, the report will be available. To add or remove object parameters, we can go to the Data Access tab and click on the Edit button. To remove a query object from the report, click on the object to highlight it, and click the Remove button in the top right of the query panel. To add query objects, we can once again locate them in folders and double-click or drag and drop to add them to corresponding panes. For more information about using the Business Objects interface, click the Help button in the upper corner of the report pane. In this video, we will demonstrate several functional layers on the map, beginning with surveillance trends. Surveillance trends is located under surveillance, and the query parameters are similar to surveillance counts. But in order to analyze trends rather than view counts, we need to select a time period and apply trend analysis algorithms. The 2-3 standard deviation algorithm, the electronic surveillance system for the early notification of community-based epidemics, ESSENCE, or both. We'll make our classification and category selection first. Then we'll accept today as the default end date, leave both algorithms checked, and click Display. Note that if any required information is omitted, a warning prompt will display. The map will return a number of MTF callouts. We can zoom in and click on the MTF callout. The MTF name, z-score, actual counts, and each algorithm's color level are displayed. Click the information icon to view the details pane and a list of all patient encounters. Click an entry in the list on the left to view that patient's record on the right. The viewing area of the record can be expanded by clicking the upper corner arrow buttons. To return to the map, click Back to Map. From Surveillance, let's move to Person and Unit Visibility and select Patient Roster. Type a minimum of the first 3 characters of a medical treatment facility's ID or description in the location text box. Matching MTF names appear in a drop-down list after the 3rd character is entered, and we can select the one we need. Change the dates if necessary and click Display. The map displays the nearest reporting MTF. The callout displays the total number of patients at that MTF. Expand it to view a breakdown of patients by diagnosis. Click the information icon to view details about individual patients. A list of patients displays in the Details pane, and we can click a name in the list on the left to view the patient's record on the right. Medical personnel is another functional layer we will apply to the map. Once again, we'll need to enter a minimum of 3 characters of the specialist's code or description in the text box to display a drop-down list, then select an entry in the list and click Display. In the callout, summary information is displayed about the type of personnel at that MTF. The final functional layer that we will explore is AnnexQ, which displays information derived from the AnnexQ reports of the JMUS tab. First, we'll look at unit location and capabilities. From the branch drop-down box, we can select a branch of the armed forces. We will select all branches and click Display. To view a list of all the units, expand the right pane and select Query Results. Click the information icon in one of the unit callouts displayed on the screen. The Details pane opens and displays the medical situation report for that unit. Critical equipment, critical supplies, and critical beds all share similar query fields and filtering options. We will use critical beds as a representative query for all 3 critical item categories. Enter a type of bed in the text box, using a minimum of 3 characters to initiate the search. A drop-down list appears. Click an entry in the list or select it by using the arrow keys and Enter button on the keyboard, then click Display. MTFs matching the query are displayed on the map and in Query Results. Click the callout to display summary information about the critical item type, including authorized, on-hand, and mission-capable status. Information for critical beds also includes the number of full beds and the percentage of the total that are full. Clicking the information icon brings up the medical situation report. If we want to further refine our search, we can select the custom filtering checkbox. We can then select a data cutoff date from the drop-down box, set the alert thresholds, and select Show Only Facilities With to set a quantity threshold by choosing either at least for a minimum limit or no more than for a maximum limit. Specify a threshold value and click Display. MTFs matching the query are displayed on the map, and the list in Query Results is updated based on our refined search criteria.